the next president of the United States of America, Joe Biden.
If the term comeback kid ever applied to anybody, it's Joe Biden. Except for the fact he's 77, of course. He's tried and he's tried to become president.
I honest to God believe I'll be the next president of the United States of America.
Come on.
Honest to God.
Joe Biden! Joe Biden! Joe Biden!
It wasn't to be, not in 1987 or 2 decades later. But he might now be about to fulfil that dream. If he is elected, his first priority, says one British diplomat who knows him well, will be changing the tone at the top of US government.
I think he will want to re-establish what he would call values and principles and integrity to the presidency. He's been very critical of the way in which Donald Trump has done that. I think he will want to bring people back together, as he keeps saying, whether that is domestically or whether that is working with allies around the world to try and solve some of the more complex issues we have to deal with.
Joe Biden's promising a sweeping change in style and substance at the White House. At home, he must get COVID-19 under control before having any chance of restoring US economic fortunes. He'll also invest $2 trillion making America's carbon emissions reach net zero by 2050. And on healthcare, he hopes to expand the Affordable Care Act, nicknamed Obamacare. Abroad, he says he wants to restore the international standing of the US and relations with America's allies, repair ties with international bodies like the WHO and NATO, and re-sign international agreements, not least the Paris Climate Agreement.
Hi, how are you?
Hi,
Joe
how are
Biden's
you?
my name.
Joe Biden's life story is well known to Americans, not least his personal tragedies. Losing his wife and daughter in a road accident only weeks after being elected one of America's youngest senators, sworn in at the hospital bedsides of his 2 young sons who survived. His supporters say that tragic past may help him as comforter-in-chief to a nation mourning the deaths of hundreds of thousands from coronavirus.
Well, I think the pandemic is the #1 issue, and nearly everything else flows from that. So handling the pandemic, ensuring that people are safe to return to work, all the protocols which the Centers for Disease Control and so on, and the federal government itself have been championing, are actually put in place. And I think that will help with the economic revival, as well as restoring, if you like, some level of normalcy to handling the particular the problem of the pandemic.
Joe Biden hails from a different age in US politics, one of bipartisan cooperation. He hopes to bring some of that with him to tackle some of the biggest challenges of our time, the pandemic and climate. A formidable task for someone half his age, but Joe Biden's been written off before, multiple times, only to come back fighting. Dominic Waghorn, Sky News.